Hi everyone, it's me, Grant, the movie and TV guy. Hello, how are you doing? And today, as promised, we are beginning a special 3-part super duper episode, multi-day event of TV Review Roundup. Now, for those who don't know the Review Roundup series, it's TV movie shorts. Basically, when Grant gets lazy and doesn't want to do separate reviews, he bunches them all together, and we have 8 reviews we're going to do, 3 of which are finished, so that's going to be part 1. And later in the week we'll have part 2 and part 3, and I'm Grant, the movie and TV guy, movies and TV SOD here, and today we're going to talk about 3 shows you should check out. And we are going to start for part 1. We're going to start with it, alright? Without further ado, let's begin. Also, before I start, I should mention, I'm officially seeing The Green Knight on Saturday night. I have my ticket. I'll be back a little late, so it's going to be a little late on the review, but it'll be worth the wait. I'm sure I hear it's great. So, okay. Officially can add that to the listing. Alright. And the first show we're going to talk about is one that luckily is already renewed for a second season, and that is Kung Fu, Season 1. This show is on the CW. It is a reboot of a classic series that used to air on television. What's it about? Well, it stars Olivia Liang, I believe her name is, as Nikki. She's this young woman. She is about to be in an arranged marriage, and while visiting China, she hides out in a monastery and is trained by her Shifu to be a Kung Fu master. Many years later, she returns to the United States, and after the death of her master, and she attempts to fight all the crime in the city, all the while being involved in a deep mystery involving an emerald-hilted sword, and the villain who killed her Shifu, who is as they end up on a collision course to one another. Adventures and ass-kicking ensue. Kung Fu's a lot of fun. This show really does take you back. It's a new take on the material, but it's really, really good. Tons of fun action, some great little plots. Olivia Liang is great in the series, as is many supporting players. Chi Ma, I believe his name is, who is a phenomenal character actor, has appeared in such movies as The Farewell and The Kid Detective. Great here as Nikki's father. Really, really terrific show. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's on the CW, and the whole 13-episode season is available free with ads on the CW app. Free of charge, not even a network connection. Download it now and watch it. I'm going to give Kung Fu Season 1 4 out of 5 stars. This is a really, really fun show. I can't wait for Season 2. Alright, next up is a show that is currently probably among my very favorite shows of 2021 so far, and it's one with a very catchy title that, thank God, I'm not listing in the video, because eventually I want to monetize this shit, and it'll probably take it off. And that show is Kevin Can F Himself. Yes, that is the name of the... Scratched out. This series, Season 1. This season just ended. It's an AMC Plus series, as well as an AMC Network proper series. And it's terrific. It stars Annie Murphy, Alexis Rose from the terrific Schitt's Creek, and she plays a woman by the name of Allison McRoberts. And when we meet Allison McRoberts, she's married to the boorish Kevin, played by Eric Peterson, Broadway actor Eric Peterson, who played Shrek on Broadway for a time. Kevin's a slob. He's a Boston slob who has no respect for his wife, and when we see the scenes with them, it's a multi-camera sitcom, some a la King of Queens or Everybody Loves Raymond. There's a canned studio audience, multi-cameras, kind of garishly big overlit lighting, and then something strange happens. Whenever Allison leaves the scene with Kevin, goes into the kitchen, goes into another room of the house, leaves the house, it switches abruptly to single camera, and very darkly lit single camera, and we essentially see how broken Allison really is. It's like super dark WandaVision, basically, what this show is about, basically. So she's seriously struggling in this relationship, and we see that. We use the sitcom. It's basically a look into the inner life of the stereotypical kind of quote unquote pretty wife of the the overweight slobby guy kind of sitcom that you'd see on CBS still even now. But we're seeing into her mind and how she's struggling with this relationship, along with Patty, who's kind of like the lone female member of Kevin's group of friends in the Kevin subplots, who outside of it becomes an unexpected ally. She plots to, due to witnessing a drug overdose, decides, gets a plan based on a very unfortunately helpful cop. She's going to poison the bastard. She's going to poison Kevin's food and kill him. While that's good, slowly but surely, the multi-camera world and the single-camera world begin to blur together. Look, Kevin Knapp himself is amazing. This show is really good and really underrated. It's, the juxtaposition's amazing. One of the things I love, too, is that, it reminded me a little bit of the show You on Netflix, which I also love. And what I love about You is also what I love about Kevin Knapp himself, because that show, what it does, is through the character of Joe Goldberg, it shows us a rom-com scenario that turns into a horror scenario, and then makes us watch every rom-com and think, there's a horror scenario going on. There's a Joe Goldberg on the frame of this. And Kevin Knapp himself is the same way, where through the Alison McRoberts character, we really see the pain of being a sitcom wife, and the juxtaposition of the multi-camera stuff, but what also makes it work is that it nails the CBS sitcom aesthetic. Because while the main plot with Allison and Patty the neighbor is going on, and the plot to kill Kevin, which also involves Gotham and Hughes, Robin Lord Taylor, who's always good as a good old-fashioned villain, we have a subplot that we occasionally go back to with Kevin and his kind of Boston bros and his dad that's right out of a CBS sitcom, all the way down to how it's written, the lame one-liners, the canned laughter, and Eric Peterson is a phenomenal sort of pseudo-villain as Kevin. He's not a physically abusive kind of abusive. He's more of that kind of belittling, kind of like, Allison will say something sensible and he'll be like, oh, Allison, you know nothing, Allison, that kind of thing. You hate him, but then at the same time you retroactively hate, the husband from Kevin James from King of Queens, and, this show is amazing, and all the way down the plots where they're like, I don't know, get into like an arm wrestling tournament or something. Like something out of that kind of thing of these kind of dude bro CBS sitcoms. And the very prominence of this show was based on a pitch by Rashida Jones, and Will McCormick, I believe, and then it was developed by another writer, based around a controversy about another show. So, as you can tell, Kevin Knapp himself, where does the Kevin part come out? That's actually a pun on another show called Kevin Can Wait, which aired for 2 seasons on CBS, and one of the big things was that was the hook for the show. I enjoyed the first season of Kevin Can Wait, not as much season 2, because they had the character of the wife, who was played by Erin Hayes, and she was terrific, and they killed her off, and treated her death like a punchline, and people were mad about it, and that's what gave the writer idea for this show, and that's brilliant, because basically the fact that they treated the wife like an expendable character, and now she gets her moment. I love this show. It's dark, it's funny, it really is like the perfect hybrid of WandaVision, Breaking Bad, and King of Queens. I love it. I love Kevin Knapp himself. I hope there's a season 2, and I'm going to give it 5 out of 5 stars. This show's amazing. It's streaming on ABC+. And also, the season finale will be airing Sunday night on AMC Network. On cable. Now let's get on to the one you guys have all been waiting for. Just watched it. Masters of the Universe Revelation, Part 1. This is a new sequel series to He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, and it centers on a knighting ceremony for Teela to be the new man of arms, and eventually Skeletor ransacks the place, sending Teela and the rest of some of the Masters of the Universe on a new adventure. Alright, first, let's address the elephant in the room. There's a slight controversy about this show. That's right, a liberal screed is coming. And for all those people who are don't like the show for this reason, involving a certain character who takes the lead here, here is my rebuttal. This is what you sound like. It's okay, baby. It's okay, sweetie. Daddy will get you some Pampers. this show, it's so scary to me as a white man. It's because it's not about a blonde-haired or brown-haired, blue-eyed white man. And it seems to suggest that people other than me, people like women, people of color, people in the LGBTQ plus community, also have loves and souls and minds and hearts and hopes and dreams and aspirations. And like us, they also want to be represented well in pop culture. I know, it's so shocking, right? Okay, in all seriousness, this show is really good. People who are criticizing it and trolling people like Kevin Smith and even fellow YouTube critics who I admire like Austin Burke and Zach Pope for liking it or for working on it, you guys are losers. I'm just going to be real with you. You're no fans of mine. If you want to dislike this video, you can. I don't care. He-Man 2 woke. Shut up! Okay? Just shut up. Like, I'm sorry, that makes me so mad. There is no... It is a show. It is a sequel to a cartoon that functions also as a toy catalog. Calm down, okay? Sorry. In conclusion, boo frickin' who. Get over it. It's not the same show in the 1980s. And I leave you by saying that I hope that one day, my friends, you teleport back from 1932 to 2021, and we can talk like civil adults. Until then, no, I don't care. So, back to the review proper, already in progress. This show has incredible animation, good voice acting, humor, heart. Next to Robot Chicken, it has probably the best depiction of Orko in this entire franchise, and I loved it. Not a perfect show, but I definitely liked it a lot. I'm ready for part 2, and you can tell that Kevin Smith has a passion. Leave him alone. I'm going to give He-Man Master of the Universe Revelation Part 1. Also, I watched the after show as well, so that's combined into, guys, 4.5 out of 5 stars. This is a really good show, and I would not be surprised if by the end of Part 2 it's up to 5. This is a really great show. It's from the same team that made Castlevania. Everybody knows I love that show too. It's a great, great show. My liberal screed is done. 4.5 out of 5 stars. And, that's the end of Part 1. So, to paraphrase, Kung Fu Season 1 gets 4 out of 5 stars. Kevin Knife himself gets 5 out of 5 amazing stars. Really great show. He-Man and the oh, and not even He-Man. The other thing is, don't call it a He-Man show. It's called Master of the Universe, not He-Man. Alright, Master of the Universe Revelation Part 1 gets 4.5 out of 5 stars. And I end you with this. If you believe that maybe that this is bad, might I suggest, instead of throwing your venom at this, throw your venom where it truly belongs. That shitty 1987 live-action He-Man movie starring Dolph Lundgren and Courtney Cox. That shit was lame. Alright, sorry for getting so angry with you guys, but that grinds my beans. What year is it, and how old are you? Man, children. It's okay, you cannot like my words. You can go off to Robert Storm's channel and, yeah, you'll be safe there with Uncle Robert Storms. I'm done with you people. Alright, sorry. I'm sorry, that kind of thing just grinds my gears. Okay. So anyway, we'll be back with Part 2 and Part 3, coming later this week, if you're still here. We're going to also be talking about, later this week in Jungle Cruise, as well as Stillwater, sorry about the weird inflection there, and The Green Knight. That'll be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And also, I'm planning this weekend on finally talking about Good Burger and Solo a Star Wars Story. I might even throw Rogue One in there also, another review of that. So, that'll all be next time, and until next time, I'm Grant the Movie and TV Guy. I see it all, I'm happy to share it with you. I love you all, I appreciate you all. I love you all, Class Dismissed. I love you 3000. I even love you, man children. I know I was being mean to you. Calm down. I love you too. Just be nice to people. Alright. Check me out on Letterboxd at grantthemovietvguy.com. Like this video, subscribe to this video. I know you're going to dislike it. But, yeah, and click the bell, whatever that does. And, be kind to one another. Yes, even you, man babies. And, take care. See you soon. Bye. Love you all. I mean it. Bye.